over in America, finally, a glimmer of hope.
For the first time in 25 years, Alabama, a state in America's Deep South, has elected a Democrat senator.
Doug Jones is the unlikely victor in a deeply Republican state. Republicans were left to pray. Their candidate, Roy Moore, lost in the face of accusations he had sexually assaulted multiple teenage girls.
He was accused of abusing a 14-year-old girl. And who was his main supporter? Who do you think?
So get out and vote for Roy Moore. Do it. Do it.
He's a good guy. Solid. Pedo. Let's make America grope again. It's unbelievable. Trump protected an alleged child molester to promote his own interests. Who do you think he is, the BBC? Right? I can do that joke. I can do that joke now. It's absolutely fine. It gets worse. Look what Roy Moore's supporters said about the abuse allegations.
That's nothing but a bunch of fake news.
Judge Moore is being falsely accused, just like Joseph in the Bible.
I didn't see it with my own eyes. Until I see it with my own eyes, I don't believe anything.
I don't believe anything I don't see. When I close my eyes, you gone. You back. You gone. You on the left. You on the right. You jumping. You jumping. How can they be that thick? I don't believe it till I've seen it with my own eyes. And you're like, gravity? Oxygen? I mean, I've never seen my arsehole. Pretty sure it's there. Now, of all, and I've looked, of all... What you doing with that mirror, Russ? It doesn't matter, mother. Of all the supporters, this guy has to be the most shocking.
40 years ago in Alabama, there's a lot of mamas and daddies that'd be thrilled that their 14-year-old was getting hit on by a district attorney.
Exactly! Who in their right mind is going to think like that? I'm so proud. A grown man felt my little girl's ass. Oh, say, can you see? If only my wife would believe her, but she didn't see it with her own eyes. Now, not only has Roy Moore been accused of being a paedophile, he's been accused of homophobia and racism. Did you see the way his wife defended him?
Fake news would tell you that we don't care for Jews. I tell you all this because I've seen it all, so I just want to set the record straight while they're here. One of our attorneys is a Jew.
What a fucking idiot! Our attorney's a Jew, our gardener's a Mexican, our chef's a Chinese, or Japanese, I can never tell. How can I be racist? My daddy used to own black people. Mind you, exactly, what an idiot. Mind you, if you think his wife's a moron, check out the interview with his chief spokesman. See if you can spot the moment when his whole world falls apart.
Judge Moore has also said that he doesn't think a Muslim member of Congress should be allowed to be in Congress. Why? Under what provision of the Constitution?
Because you have to swear on the Bible. When you are before, I had to do it. I'm an elected official, 3 terms. I had to swear on the Bible. You have to swear on a Bible to be an elected official in the United States of America. He alleges that a Muslim cannot do that ethically, swearing on the Bible.
You don't actually have to swear on a Christian Bible. You can swear on anything, really. I don't know if you knew that. You can swear on a Jewish Bible.
Oh, no, I swore on the Bible. I've done it 3 times.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've picked a Bible, but the law is not that you have to swear on a Christian Bible. That is not the law. You don't know that?
I did not know that. Now, even though he lost fair and square, Roy Moore wouldn't accept the outcome.
Defeat is not something Republican candidates are used to in Alabama, but that's what happened to Roy Moore, and he couldn't bring himself to accept it.
The votes are still coming in, and we're looking at that.
What a surprise! A man accused of a sex crime wouldn't take no for an answer. Not only that, he's got some really weird ideas about the American dream.
Abortion, sodomy, and materialism have taken the place of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Now, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that sodomy doesn't lead to abortion. If you're having anal sex and it leads to a baby, you're doing it wrong. I mean, that is a Specsavers ad waiting to happen. Just face it, Roy, you lost. The people of Alabama said no to bigotry, no to idiocy, and the whole world saw it with our own eyes. Now, over in America, the big news was definitely this.
President Trump has declared a state of emergency and risked a major constitutional crisis to secure the funds he needs to build a wall along the border with Mexico.
He said a barrier was needed to stop an invasion of drugs, gangs, human traffickers and undocumented migrants.
It's bullshit. He's using migrants as an excuse to build his wall, despite the fact that in the last 20 years, illegal border crossings have dropped by more than 80%. How could it be an emergency if Trump himself said this?
I could do the wall over a longer period of time. I didn't need to do this, but I'd rather do it much faster.
If you don't need to do something, then it's not a fucking emergency. Just help! Help! I need a personalised number plate. My dog's lost his sunglasses. I can't find my scented candle. How am I to sleep without lavender in the air? I don't know what that was at the end. So, as it's such an emergency, did Trump work around the clock with a special task force? Nope. Trump declared a national emergency, then played golf all weekend. This is a crisis. Fetch my putter. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It is the duty of anyone who works at Trump's golf course to take a shit in every hole. He's a lunatic, man. He's a lunatic. I mean, Trump said the border wall will be tougher to climb than Mount Everest. Everest is 8 kilometres high, you lobotomised moron. You could get over his wall with Peter Crouch and a trampoline. He doesn't get... Did you see his speech, right? He delivered the news like a bored teenage girl.
We will have a national emergency, and we will then be sued, and they will sue us in the Ninth Circuit, even though it shouldn't be there, and we will possibly get a bad ruling, and then we'll get another bad ruling, and then we'll end up in the Supreme Court, and hopefully we'll get a fair shake, and we'll win in the Supreme Court, just like the ban.
I thought it was an emergency. Nobody talks like that in an actual crisis. You never saw Churchill, we shall fight them on the beaches, and in the streets, we shall never surrender, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Now, a lot of people were saying it was Trump's craziest ever speech. Guess again. He did a rally in Texas, and either he was on powerful drugs or the cat is dangerously ill. I mean, what does this mean?
We. I'm one and one. I'm one for one. Think of it.
We are me and I are you. S-U-A. S-U-A. Even Yoda would be confused by that. Baffling this prick is. He then did a rambling impression of one of his rivals.
A newborn baby to come out into the world and wrap the baby and make the baby comfortable and then talk to the mother and talk to the father and then execute the baby.
Never book him for a christening. He then finished by banging on about his favourite dog.
German Shepherd. German Shepherd. There is nothing better than a good old-fashioned German Shepherd. It's hard to believe.
Do you know who else like German Shepherds? This guy. I'm just saying, Hitler and Trump both like German Shepherds. Now, back in Britain. Was that you or making your mind up. The more I hear about this Hitler, I had him down as a pug guy. Just pugs like, what? It's just, oh. So you feel a bit sorry for the German Shepherd there, because he's just, I didn't ask to be with him. But he does give me treats. Back in Britain. The big news of the week, the leader of the free world is a racist prick.
President Trump has used his Twitter account to share inflammatory videos which were posted online by the deputy leader of the far-right group Britain First.
The tweets from the deputy leader of Britain First, Jada Franson, showed what she said was Muslims pushing a teenage boy off a roof, destroying a statue of the Virgin Mary and beating up a Dutch boy on crutches. None are verified. The last one, nothing to do with Muslims.
What a fear-mongering fuckwit. He retweeted deliberately misleading videos from a hate group. All Muslims are terrorists. They're the biggest threat to America. No, they're not. And no, they're not. More Americans died choking on food than from terrorism. They're 7 times more likely to be killed by a lawnmower. I mean, Christ, more Americans die from accidents in bathtubs than from attacks by terrorists. If bathrooms kill more Americans than ISIS, why isn't he tweeting this?
Boy, you should know what you're falling for. Baby, do you daddy? Ah! Dare you leave me?
It's unbelievable. Did you see how Trump's press secretary defended him?
Whether it's a real video, the threat is real, and that is what the president is talking about.
What a load of shit! It's not real, but what if it was? Fuck me, let's hope Trump never watches Jurassic Park. Just stumbling out of his office, dinosaurs everywhere. They make the water bubble. Not only that, in England, there's a talking meerkat. I saw it with my eyes. Now, not everyone defended his tweets for once. Even Theresa May stood up to it.
Well, yesterday, the Prime Minister had her own rebuke for Donald Trump.
I'm very clear that retweeting from Britain First was the wrong thing to do.
Donald Trump has now responded on Twitter telling Theresa May, "Don't focus on me, focus on the destructive radical Islamic terrorism that is taking place within the United Kingdom. We are doing just fine." However, he'd linked this message to a Mrs. Theresa May from Bognor.
The clues were there. Theresa from Bognor has got 6 followers. Theresa May dreams of being that popular. Also, look at the language Trump used in the tweet. Don't focus on me, focus on the destructive radical Islamic terrorism that is taking place within the United Kingdom. We are doing just fine. Doing fine? There's been 53 mass shootings since Las Vegas. Half of Puerto Rico still doesn't have electricity, and your healthcare is in tatters. Yeah, you're nailing it, aren't you? Don't drag Britain into your hate-filled world. We may be divided over Brexit, or when to put milk into a cup of tea, or which one's ant and which one's dead. But one thing that brings us together is not tolerating racist bigots like you. Exactly.